At any rate, you've got Kevin Love on the inside on the pole. On the outside, Ricky Hendrick, who has 2 wins in 1998. He'll start on the outside of the front row. And we're ready for the green flag. 75 laps in the late model stock class.
Well, nobody got advantage on the start. The cars are still 2x2 going into the dog leg.
And as Steve mentioned in the open, very competitive class here. 7 different winners and 12 races. A little bit of contact there between Kevin Love and Ricky Hendrick, but they both make it okay so far. Still very tight up front.
Hendrick able to get Lehman challenging now the outside of Love for the number 2 position. And Hendrick able to get credit for leading this lap.
Look at how tight it is coming off the last turn.
Well, Hendrick's already won 2 races this year. The next 2 cars have already won here at Concord, so got some real good cars up front.
Oh, one move Love diving low. And meanwhile, if you got Harris, you're just sitting back there saying, well, who do I follow?
Yeah, you mentioned, Steve, those next 2 cars have won. Also, Guy Harris has won. Clayton Rogers has won. Right behind them are 2 former champions. In the 34 of Mike Herman Jr. and the 07 of Lance Moss. Chad Mullis gets a little tap there from the 2 of Danny Boss, but Danny backs out and lets him gather it up. And we're back underway, or at least everybody is okay for now. This battle you're looking at is for second. Ricky Hendrick has run off. Lehman is on the outside of Kevin Love, and that is preventing Kevin from getting a good, solid run off the corners. Consequently, Ricky Hendrick is running away.
Lap traffic of Curtis Aldridge playing a part, perhaps. There you see the 28 down low. What do you tell you what? These guys are racing like there's 10 laps to go.
3 wide off the last turn.
They're racing as hard as they possibly can. Kevin Love in the 6 car has been on the pole 4 times in the 98 season and had 1 win under his belt. But this race car, if you remember, was the car driven by Gary Layton a couple years ago. It is a strong race car.
Got an idea of the gap there that Ricky Hendrick has opened up. He's got smooth sailing in front of him. Black flag being waved now at the 28 car, and he will be forced to answer that. Don't know if he's putting some fluid down or just running too slow and presenting a hazard. Look at that battle up front. Ooh, scraping the wall there was Clayton Rogers coming off the last turn. He didn't lose control of the car, but just brushed it. Black flag still being waved at the 28.
I believe he's got 3 laps to do something about it. Rick Hendrick in the number 7 car has got about a half a straightaway lead.
But what a great race for second place back here.
Like Ricky Hendrick scraped the wall at 2, able to bounce off of it though and keep the car under control.
Let's see if that affects things. Let's take a look as he comes by and see if there's any damage. Yeah, you can see he's got white walls now. There's the battle for second. Kevin Love has it. Wayne Lehman is there. Guy Harris is there. Clayton Rogers is there. Mike Herman Jr. Also the 07 of Lance Moss and Chad Mullis. I'm telling you, Ricky Hendrick is losing some of that margin he had. He may have hurt the car when he bounced off the wall. Also, a factor might be that these cars now have gotten in single file and are not racing each other. They're trying to run the leader down.
Yeah, a combination of both there. Seems like everything's happening tonight in 1 and 2.
Well, these guys turning the racetrack at about 108 to 110 miles an hour, and in some fast parts of the racetrack, they're probably doing 120. When Ricky hit the wall over there, he's probably doing about 115 to 120. That's a hard hit. No matter how easy you hit it, it's a hard hit.
Yeah. And he will now put 13 laps in the books. You see the margin there is shrinking as he comes off the turn.
They just say a lightly grazed
A graze, yeah. But, you know, it could have knocked the rear end out of alignment, it could have knocked the front end out of alignment, it could be rubbing.
Battle back of the pack looks like for position. Or you say Hendrick the leader is this is the battle for 7.
What number 7 close when he got off of turn 4? Well, we've missed it now. But I saw some smoke coming out of the race car. It looked like it was probably some tire rubbing.
From the damage from the wall earlier. Let's take a look. You're right, Steve. There is a little bit of damage there, and he may lose a tire before this one is over.
There you see the battle. Chad Mullis and Lance Moss were really side by side there for a couple of laps. Mullis able to get the position under control right now.
If somebody would told you by July, Lance Moss will not have won a race.
Caution is out. Caution is out. Perhaps some debris or fluid on the backside over around the scoreboard area. And Ricky Hendrick may take this opportunity to come in and have them pull some of that sheet metal away from the tire because he was smoking off the back wheel coming off the turn. 16 laps are complete. Ricky Hendrick's lead is gone, but he is still out front.
Here he's checking the handling now. Obviously, Steve is right. It's coming away a little bit. The last thing you want to do is blow a tire that's rubbing
Oh,
back.
they don't want to do that.
Evidently, there's a piece of metal laying in the middle of the racetrack on the back side over there. Don't know whose car it came off of. But Hendrick is on top. Kevin Love is second. Third is Wayne Lehman. Fourth is Guy Harrison. Rounding out the top five, Clayton Rogers. We'll be right back. 19 laps are now complete. Making a pit stop, the 49 of Michael Kurth. We had those guys on our Let's Talk Racing show a little bit earlier in the season. Ricky Hendrick did not stop to check his tires. His spotter gave him a close look as he came by, but we did see some smoke off the rear of that car when he was in the turn, so we'll keep an eye on that situation. He had built a huge lead while those guys were battling behind him and then started to lose a little bit of it, but it's going to be tough to get that kind of margin again here.
We'll find out how strong the car is here on the restart. Everybody's starting even.
Michael Kurth is going to go a lap down, not able to get out of the pits.
Little contact going back in the field there.
Yeah, it was on that restart. And Kurth very nearly has a trouble situation. We do have several cars involved. Caution flag is out. You see the Hoggart machine there, the 5 cars involved. Also the 18 of Robbie Thies. You see him climbing out of the car now. And the 4 of Jeff Dinneman.
Well, they didn't hit very hard, but they're
The 18's torn up pretty good.
Thies is checking out the damage to his car. Still don't see Dinneman there. Thies is upset a little bit. And let's see, he's going to go around and have a polite conversation over there.
Check on him if he's hurt.
Yeah.
sure.
At any rate, caution is out again as these two machines are stopped on the track, and Thies is exchanging words with Dinneman there, and the officials intervene. The other car involved was Hoggart, Terry Hoggart in the 5. He is back underway and circulating around the track now. 21 laps are complete. Ricky Hendrick is on top right now, and we'll take a timeout. 5 laps complete, still on top. The 7 Ricky Hendrick, the 48 of Kenny Sigmund, the 5 of Ray Hoggart made pit stops. Behind the wall, the 4 of Dinneman, and the 18 of Robbie Thies. Thies may be able to get back out. They're working on his car right now, but I think the Dinneman car is too badly damaged to get back in the show. We saw on that last restart that Hendrick wasn't able to get quite the jump he had earlier.
It looks like he got a pretty good jump this time. Single file restart.
This time he gets a better jump and already opens up a margin.
Well, I don't believe the car's hurt. We looked at it pretty close under caution, and a little bit of sheet metal damage on the right side of the race car, but I don't think it's anything but cosmetics.
Great battle. 4 cars nose to tail for second there. And then this is the next pack. They're battling Mike Herman Jr., Chad Mullis, and the 07 of Lance Moss. Danny Boss is right behind them. Greg Peterson escapes the next pack back, and he's trying to reel in this next group. And mentioning Greg, we want to send our best wishes to his family. His mom is battling cancer right now, and want to send our best wishes to the Peterson family. They've been supporting this track for a long, long time, and familiar faces here, and want to wish them the best. 28 laps complete. And after Hendrick, a spin that's Kurth on the front side. That is Brad Kurth, I believe, in the 94, turning it around. He had some contact coming off the last turn. The leaders are coming by now. Everybody's going to get slowed down with 29 laps now complete. I think he may have had a little help with that.
I think we can find whoever's got the most crinkled hood is the guilty party here as they come back around.
I think you might have to Corpy hanging down on that score stand like that.
Let's take a look again and see if we can tell what happened here. Near the end of the field, and he goes high, hit the wall on his own. No, it was his brother in front of him who hit the wall, and Brad was trying to slow down to avoid Mike, his brother.
Those cars are identical. One's 49, the other was 94.
And turned it around trying to miss his brother. So I guess Mike owes Brad a favor.
Yeah.
Tore up his car.
Give him a little help at straightening that hood out.
I guarantee you.
29 laps complete. We'll be right back. To celebrate Independence Day in Concord. Earlier this afternoon, Steve Gann had a chance to talk with one of the front runners in this class.
Thanks Photo Club of Chad Mullis. Tell you what, Chad, not such a good year so far. I think you're currently 5th in the points. That looks pretty good, but I look down the list, and you haven't won a race all year. What's happening?
Yeah, we've only had 2 seconds this year. We've been struggling with the new engine we got from Ford, the new roll change for this year, and having a little trouble getting a hard car to handle. We destroyed one down here 2 weeks ago, and that kind of set us back, but we're looking for a good night tonight.
You know, like you said a while ago when I talked to you, you said, actually what's wrong, you said, all bad luck. I mean, that's a big key out there, isn't it?
Yeah, we've just been in the wrong place at the wrong time. Had 2 bad wrecks this year. Flat tires that cost us, and just minor mistakes just kill you. You know, take you out of the race, and that's it.
Well, big 75 laps tonight. What can we look for? How's the car running?
The car's running good. We hadn't had an ounce of practice today. We just got here. It run good last week. We had a few tire problems last week, and I think we'll run good tonight. Just be patient and try to settle in.
Well, last year at this time, by the 1st of July, you'd already won 6 races. Are you doing anything different, or is it absolutely the motor?
Well, we're having a lot of trouble with the motors. We're down about 35 horsepower from last year, and that's really killing the motor program.
Gary Hargis still turning wrenches for you?
Yeah, he's got the car working. The car's working a lot better now than it was first of the year. It takes a little time, and the biggest thing is the motor. It's really killing us right now.
So, Chad, we're going to thank you for talking to us, let you get back to work.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, back to you.
So Chad Mullis is in the 9 car. He is 6th in the points and in 7th position on the track with 33 laps complete. Cleanup operations are continuing. Back with the green flag in just a moment. Approaching the halfway point here at Concord as we get set to finish this one up. We've had a great show up front, but a rash of cautions lately has prevented these guys from sorting things out among themselves. All these cars up front are very, very capable of winning this race.
It's a shame, Woody, all the cars can't win tonight. These guys are really putting on a good show out there. Some good, clean racing, some hard racing out there. It's a shame only one guy will go home with the victory.
Tell you what, you could just put a blanket over the top 10 cars as far as the evenness and the competition level of these guys. And once again, Hendrick gets out to a pretty good start.
Nobody's eating any good jumps or big jumps. Hendrick's pretty smooth on his restarts. He accelerates pretty coming off a turn 4 over there and just does what he has to do, stays out front.
Oh, we got turning it around is Guy Harris, and then Mike Herman gets into the back of Clayton Rogers, and it looks like Clayton is going to get the worst of it because Harris was able to continue. I don't think that Clayton Rogers' car is hurt. He just got a tap as Mike Herman, not intentionally, got into the back of him, trying to avoid what looks to be a bad situation developing with Guy Harris. Harris was able to save his car and continue on. Harris looks like Clayton Rogers is okay.
Harris just lost it coming out of the last turn there. Turned sideways. That will wake you up if you're behind.
You know, Guy Harris and Clayton Rogers are 3rd and 4th in the points. Those guys can afford to have a bad night because, like we talked about all night, there's some good cars behind them. There's only about 108 points separating the top 6 cars in the points battle. So that's this is anybody's championship.
And how about this? Before that spin, the top 6 cars had all won races this season at Concord. Now, Clayton is going to go back up. Let's take a look again. You'll see Harris. He backed out to keep from running into the back of Lehman, it looked like. Then Rogers tried to get it woed down, and then Herman tapped him before he could get stopped, and everybody kind of piled up.
Rogers with a good job to keep it out of the inside retaining wall. He said no damage there, but
he's going to have a long way to go because they're going to make him start at the back of the field because he's the guy that brought out the caution. 36 laps complete.
And Clayton Rogers in the 51 car is a rookie, and Ricky Hendrick in the number 7 car leading this pack is also a rookie. There's Clayton Rogers.
Clayton already has a couple of wins this season.
Mike Herman Jr.'s hood crinkled again, and he said, that's an omen. Last time you guys were down here televising, I won. Of course, we took it off, took a lot of parts off of that car. So,
yeah.
That was a hot night. He was warm slap out.
And again, we want to emphasize that Mike Herman Jr. didn't intend anything when he tapped Clayton Rogers. He just could not get stopped in time as everybody was piling up trying to avoid Guy Harris, who looked like he was about to turn around.
Yeah. Well, let's take a moment to mention the Mike Woman family again. Mike Woman was the Legends racer that was burned up in a frightening accident in Charlotte a couple weeks ago. He's at Chapel Hill in the burn center. Not doing too well. Mike's in critical condition. He got burns over 50% of his body. We talked to his wife. He's undergone 2 surgeries already. But everybody's optimistic, and our thoughts and prayers are with Mike and his family.
Yeah, I've been knowing Mike a long time, and we all used to work with his wife, Mary, and
Well, that's just a tough situation. Got a couple of kids and a third on the way. So
The third one's here, 2 weeks old.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought I knew it was close, but I didn't know it was that close. Halfway signal being given to the drivers now as they come by. Ricky Hendrick, Kevin Love, Wayne Lehman, Guy Harris, and the 34 of Mike Herman Jr., your top five. Chad Mullis and Lance Moss right behind them. Then it's Danny Boss and the 20 of Greg Peterson. A lot of good cars up front. Clayton Rogers is storming through the field meanwhile toward the back, but he's got a long way to go. There's Clayton.
Got a slick spot there coming out of the final turn for that last caution. I think they got most of the fluid cleared out. Hendrick is really solid on it.
He really is. You know, Hendrick wishes only about 2 laps to go, while Clayton back on the other end of the spectrum wishes about 100 laps to go, so he could do some gaining.
Well, he passed Clayton Rogers in 4 cars in that first lap, right as we got started again, and he's working to the inside of Neneman. You see the damage there. He was involved in one of our earlier altercations. Meanwhile, the 49 of Michael Turner was on the pit road, and there was Neneman turning it around again. One of the cars involved in an earlier caution.
Hoggart also turned around.
Ray Hoggart is involved as well, and there was another car. And now a big pileup further back. One of those cars was Wayne Lehman, who got turned around.
I think Lehman was, spotter says, well, nobody hit Wayne. He was doing a 360 down there.
There's some fluid on the racetrack over there because all 3 cars didn't make any contact. They just turned them around.
Now, he may be able to get his spot back because those guys were turning around when they were trying to avoid the caution situation. The caution flag was already waving, so they may let Lehman get his spot back. Let's see.
And
42 are
moving
complete.
up right now.
Yeah, but they always move up before they're told to go to the back.
Kind of unwritten rule.
Okay, with 42 complete, let's check in with Steve Gant from earlier today, who had a chance to talk to one of the rookies in this field.
Thanks again, Woodard Curtis Aldridge from Wingate, North Carolina. Tell you what, Curtis, to look at the list, and you're a rookie out here at Concord. Of course, you've been racing, about 15, 18 years now, but not a rookie in a race car, but a rookie here at Concord.
Yeah, about 20 years. I raced here when this track was dirt a long time ago. Done some go-karts and stuff like that over the years.
Bobby, you've been, it looks like you've been showing up each and every week. I look at the list, they've had 12 races, and you've run 11 of them. I think one night you said you had a blown engine. Everything fine tonight?
We're in pretty good shape. We had a wreck last week and just now got the car finished. Broke the rear end in it. But I guess we'll be okay to go tonight.
How's the car running good?
It's running pretty good. We're going to work on it some more and try to get a little more speed out of it. And I'd like to thank Jay Robinson. If it wasn't for him, wouldn't be here at all.
I believe you said you're looking for a sponsor, so if anybody watching tonight and wanting to put their name on the side of a race car, all I got to do is get in touch with Curtis Aldridge at Wingate, North Carolina. You in the book?
Yes, sir, and we sure appreciate the help.
Okay, thanks for talking to us.
Thank you.
Good luck. Okay, guys, back to you.
So Curtis Aldridge has been coming out to Concord for a long time. He's struggling tonight, has been in and out of the pits and in and out of the pits all night long. 44 laps are complete. By the way, Curtis Aldridge currently 19th in the points. He's made 11 of the 12 races so far. We'll be back to finish. 30 laps to go in this late model stock division race. We're going to have a whale of a finish. Ricky Hendrick on top, bidding for his 3rd win. 98. Kevin Love is in 2nd. 3rd is Wayne Lehman, who did, in fact, get his place is Guy Harris. And rounding out the top 5, Mike Herman Jr. Here we go. Pretty good jump for the front 2 cars. They pulled away from Lehman. And listen to that sound as they blast around the track. Steve told you earlier, in the dogleg tri-oval area, they're up to about 120 miles an hour. Chad Mullis making a bid right there on Mike Herman Jr., trying to take the 5th spot away. He gets it. Looks like Lance Moss is coming too.
Looks like he slowed down a tick or something. Looks like he kind of got off the throttle in turn 2, lost the momentum.
I wonder if that crinkled hood and that damage around the right front is knocked the handling out on that car just a little bit.
Create a little bit of an aerodynamic difference.
Now, you remember last year, Steve said that a crinkled hood doesn't matter at a short track, and then Shorty bought. Indeed, that does make a difference.
And he did. He gave me a good example. He said, ride down the highway at about 55 miles an hour and hold your arm out the window.
We saw the smoke off of Hendrick's right rear tire there. We'll watch it again. There is
Yeah, it's getting worse.
Don't think that one's going
I
to...
guarantee you Kevin Love did his eye on that.
It may have been a mistake. There's Clayton Clayton Rogers, or rather not Clayton Rogers, Curtis Aldridge that we had the interview with a moment ago, may have been a mistake for Ricky Hendrick not to stop when that caution came out shortly after he had scraped the wall. Somebody else caused the problem, but that is getting worse instead of better, and Kevin Love is going to have to stay sharp because Ricky Hendrick may blow a tire in front of him, and there he goes. The tire did, in fact, blow, just as we said it. Caution is out. Kevin Love's your new leader. Ricky Hendrick will not get his third win of the season.
But he did a great job to get it stopped before he had further damage to that car coming up there before. That was it really hurt the car bad. But
well, he really did all he could do. I mean, he had no choice but to try and ride that horse as far as he could.
here you see, very minimal damage.
No wheel.
No wheel.
52 laps complete right now, and let's check in one more time with Steve Gant from earlier today.
Thanks for the color, Bobby Skinger. I tell you, Bobby, you're not a newcomer out here at Concourse. Seems like we've been seeing you out here for quite a few years now, but this year not quite as often. What's going on?
Well, at the beginning of the season, we decided to cut back and run a more limited schedule, so on the occasions that we were here, we would perform better. And combine that with 3 or 4 new fast cars that have come in here this year for the first time, it's made it an uphill battle for us. We lost the motor the second week of the year, so that cut back our schedule a little bit more initially. We're starting to run a little bit more frequently now. We're here today, and we're going to skip next week, going to go down to Myrtle Beach, and we should run fairly regularly here after that.
So you made a decision when you come to the racetrack at the first of the season, you're not running for points. You're going to get everything you can get and earn the money you can earn, but you're not running for a point championship or a track championship.
That's correct. We knew last year finishing 4th in points with the budget that we had, that was as high as we were going to get. I mean, being realistic, there were 3 cars in front of us that have are in a better financial position, and a lot of the guys behind us last year were in a better financial position. So we felt that was pushing the envelope right then and there. In order to get higher than 4th and still run weekly, we knew we needed to have more money come into our team, and that's what we're trying to accomplish at this point in time.
Bobby, you mentioned money several times. I know last year you was consistent. You come out here, like you said, finished 4th in the points. I think one time you told me you didn't have the horsepower that the other guys had. Does money buy horsepower?
Well, it certainly does. I don't know if there's a direct ratio to it, but we tried that at the beginning of this year. Unfortunately, we had a defective part in the new motor, and second night out it blew up, and it was really disheartening because that's really where we put the majority of our budget this year, where last year we put it into running week to week. This year we put it into bettering our motor program, and it literally blew up in our face. So that motor, luckily we saved the majority of parts, and it's almost back together now. I think when we come back late July, beginning of August, we'll have that back in again, and hopefully that'll help us a little more too.
Bobby, it's good to see you here at Concord. Thanks for talking to us, and good luck tonight.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you coming out.
Okay, man. Okay, guys, back to you.
Just in time for the green flag, Bobby Skinger rides 11th in the orange 88 car right now, and all kinds of action around him. And look at that battle right there going on for second.
But Chad Mullis dipping in there. Wayne Lehman having a tough time holding off Mullis and Guy Harris. Harris up beside him there, a little squirrely.
We need to make mention as well, Ricky Hendrick has been in the pits a couple of times. He lost 1 lap, but did not lose a second. Clayton Rogers, meanwhile, continues to work his way up through the field. He is currently riding in the 10th spot from the very back after his spin. 58 laps complete. Look at that pack.
And I said, see, Danny Boss is holding off Lance Moss there in that second pack. Lance is wanting to go, and then Danny's closing the door.
They're all wanting to go. I'll tell you what, keep an eye on Rick Hendrick in the 7th car. He's 1 lap down. He'll drive as hard as he possibly can to try to get to the front of the pack, hoping a caution comes out.
And no doubt, well, what do we got? 16 laps to go. Anything can happen. It's been a crazy night already.
There's Kevin Love in the 6th car. Kevin has really come on strong this year. He's really improved and doing a great job.
Kevin looking for his 2nd win in 1998. That battle we showed you a moment ago between Danny Boss and the 07 of Lance Moss is the battle for 6th. Mike Herman Jr. rides 5th. There you see the front 4, but Herman, as Steve and Randy mentioned earlier, has dropped back a little bit from the pace he was running earlier. I think that damage on the car is hindering him. He may be catching a lot more air than he needs to get through the turns, and the car's not handling like it was earlier.
Officially got Greg Peterson sitting all by himself there in 8th place, just kind of waiting to see how things unfold.
Boy, these front four cars are just nose to tail, hooked together.
Love with the advantage. Lehman with a quiet ride tonight, other than he had to spin to give us the notice. Now, don't worry, Wayne. We noticed you anyway.
But, you know, he's always like that.
Yeah.
He just seems to be there, and at the end, he's always one of the guys up front. I noticed that Wayne Lehman has a new sponsor on the hood this week. I try to take a look at that sticker as he comes by. You know, for a long time, he didn't have much, if any, sponsorship help on that car. Now he does. Somebody's wised up and begun to help Wayne Lehman out.
Hard to tell from
Chad's knocking on Guy Harris's door. What's this? That's a battle for third place.
10 laps to go when they cross this time. There you see Clayton Rogers to the inside, and he wiggles a little bit, trying to pass Greg Peterson. And that would be the battle for the 8th spot, as Randy mentioned a little bit earlier. He said Greg Peterson had that spot, and Clayton Rogers is running out of laps here to get back up front. He's currently 4th in the points and trying to gain every spot he can here for this points change.
Went in a little bit better that time in the turn, but still having to pinch it off. Meanwhile, Mullis determined to take over third on the inside, got the preferred groove, and has come out of the dog leg, out of the turn, and he will get that position away from Guy Harris, sets his sights on Wayne Lehman, and right now Kevin Love looks like he's extending his lead somewhat.
Now, Chad Mullis is bidding for his best finish of the year. He told Steve in the interview he's got a couple of second-place finishes, but he is definitely in the thick of this one. 68 laps now complete.
About a 3-4 car length lead looks like Kevin Love right now with some breathing room. He's got a couple of lap cars a little bit further up the track in front of him as we wind down inside 10 laps to go, and let's see if they will be a factor before this race is over.
Well, they got a healthy dose of the move-over flag that time by from rack boy Randy Smith down there. And here comes the dive. You see the rest of the cars coming by. The leader's working that lap traffic now, and that will tighten them back up again. 5 to go when they cross this time.
And Lehman, you're exactly right. Closing in on the back deck. He knocked about 3 car lengths off that lead.
And Guy Harris didn't have as easy a time with the lap traffic as the front 3 did. They've begun to pull away. There you see Danny Boss in the 2 and the 07 of Lance Moss. That is the battle for 6th.
Lance Moss could close up on him, but just can't get around Danny.
Here's a bid for 2nd. Chad Mullis is to the inside as we look at the battle for 6th here. Chad Mullis takes over the 2nd spot and will now set off after the leader.
Mullis is coming. Has he got enough laps to do it?
Boy, he has just driven a great race, Randy, regardless of if he wins it or not. He hasn't been too aggressive and just trying to put the car in a bad spot. He's been smooth. When he's gotten an opportunity, he's taken advantage of it.
So I have 2 laps to go as they come back around this time.
Kevin Love on top, giving chase. Chad Mullis in the 9. Love is currently 8th in the points. Mullis is 6th.
He's there, Woodley. He's there.
He's looking to the inside. They'll get the white flag this time by. Mullis eases off for one final run. Side by side down the front stretch. One final time. A little contact into one. Mullis to the inside. More contact. And turning around is Kevin Love, but he hangs on the car. He gets clipped by Guy Harris as he goes by. And it looks like that Chad Mullis is going to bang his way to victory lane here. Although, here comes Lehman.
Man, oh man, what a finish.
Indeed it was. Chad Mullis, great piece of driving there at the end of that race. Little contact with Kevin Love, but a lot of folks would say that's racing. I don't imagine that Kevin Love is too thrilled about it. Finishing in 2nd is Lehman. Harris is 3rd. I believe that's going to move Mike Herman Jr. to 4th because of what happened to Kevin Love. And either Danny Boss or Lance Moss, there you see the finish order, wound up 5th. They had a whale of a battle toward the end. What a great 75-lap feature race in the late model stock division. Folks, they do this every Saturday night here at the Concord Motorsport Park. Steve Gant will be back to talk with our winner right after this.
Yeah, I tell you what, boy, you drove your heart out. You earned that one tonight.
Yeah, that last lap I got into Kevin down there, and I didn't mean to. I just got in a little hard, and last lap I was trying to win. Hadn't won all year. We needed it.
Well, you was racing hard. You seemed to be about a 4th place car all night. You seemed to get better and better and better and better with about 1 lap to go. Take us through that last lap.
Jerry just told me to settle in and get smooth, and we knew we had a fast race car, and he just told me to be patient, and that experience helps on the radio.
I tell you what, patience pays off. I talked to you before the race, and you seemed to be a little not cocky, but confident. You knew you had a good race car.
Definitely not confident. I was a little worried. Didn't even get to practice the car today at all. Just went out, qualified 10th, and come back to the front, and just a heck of a run. I'd like to say thanks to my mom and my dad, Dave and Mullis, and Gary Hargett, all the guys on my crew. Charlie's Automotive Race Engines, they do a wonderful job.
I tell you what, it's a hot night out there, boy. You wore out.
Yeah, that last 20 done me in.
Chad, again, congratulations. I believe you're the 8th different driver to win in this division this year. What a field that is.
Yeah, it's real competitive down here this year.
Congratulations.
Thanks, Steve.